Welcome to the online worship service of the Universalist Unitarian Church of Riverside. Today is April 19th, 2020. Our opening hymn is Mother Spirit, Father Spirit. Please rise in spirit. For our call to worship, please read with me our mission statement. Our mission is to foster a diverse religious community that celebrates life, affirms the individual, encourages spiritual growth and open thought, and works to advance social justice and environmental sustainability. Once again, welcome to the online worship service of the Universalist Unitarian Church of Riverside. We invite you to worship with us with an open mind and an open heart. Today we have John Bloom-Ramirez speaking on Metamorphosis. John's sermon description says, "The transformation of caterpillar to butterfly is often romanticized, when in reality the process of metamorphosis is rather gruesome. Renewal and change, though, always come with hard work first." John Bloom-Ramirez, MDiv, is a graduate of Meadville Lombard Theological School in Chicago, Illinois. A queer minister and pastor, he identifies theologically as a rational mystic. He also enjoys historical reenactment and garment construction. John lives in Mentone, California, with his husband Renee, his son Jordan, his grandpuppy Polyphemus, and his husband's cat Rukia. We have a couple of announcements we would like for you to keep in mind. Chat time is now being held online on Sundays at 11:30 a.m. Please email Lee Greer at president@uuchurchofriverside.org for the Zoom meeting number and password. Camp to Benneville Pines registration for summer and fall adult and family camps is open. Go to the camp's website, www.uucamp.org, and click on the Register for Camp button. There's been a lot of coronavirus, COVID-19, hype and misinformation circulating. You can get the most accurate and up-to-date information specific to Riverside County and San Bernardino County at these websites. The Riverside University Health System Public Health Coronavirus Updates are at www.rivcoph.org/coronavirus. The San Bernardino County Public Health Coronavirus Updates are at wp.sbcounty.gov/dph/coronavirus. A word of caution. Several churches have had members receive scam donation emails pretending to be from their church or their pastor. If you receive an email asking for a donation, please verify that it did come from our church. Do not click on any link in the email, and do not reply to the email. Send a separate email or give a call to our church office. The church office email is admin@uuchurchofriverside.org. The church office phone is 951-686-6515. Let us acknowledge that we walk upon the traditional territories of the Moronga, the original people of this land, who continue to cry out for justice and self-determination. In honor of the Moronga people, we, the Universalist Unitarian Church of Riverside, light this sacred flame as the stewards of this sacred and holy place. We are blessed with a space and opportunity to strive to live out our common principles, to bring justice, equity, and compassion into our daily lives, to resist all that threatens the earth and her people, and to live out our dream of a world community of peace, liberty, and justice for all. Let these thoughts carry us forth as we journey and worship together. The chalice is the sacred symbol of our faith. We light it to remind us of the light of reason, the warmth of community, and the flame of hope.
Our chalice lighting today comes from Andrew Pacula, and it's called Let There Be Light. Let there be light, the light of joy, the light of happiness, and the light of contentment. May it illuminate our paths and fill our lives with peace. And let there be dark, for it is from our dark places that we are brought forward, tried and tested, and impelled toward growth. It is in these places that we realize compassion and learn to love. And there was a day, and there was a night, and there was joy, and there was sorrow, and it was good.
Our next hymn is Abide With Me. Please rise once more in spirit. Sharing joys and concerns is an important part of belonging to this beloved community. Our caring network will collect them during each week. Then on each Sunday, we will read what has been received since the previous Sunday. Please email or text your joys and concerns to Dinah Rowe, our caring network coordinator. Her email is ramblinrose22, RAMBLINROES22 @yahoo.com. Her cell phone number is 909-645-2885. Dinah's phone can receive texts, but it has been having trouble receiving phone calls. If you wish to talk with Dinah, please call Bill Rowe's cell phone, 909-835-5467. We have one new concern this week. Tom Blackburn shared that there have been cases of COVID-19 in his living facility. A concern when shared is divided. We place a stone in our water chalice for all the concerns we have. Know that we support each other. No new joys were shared this week. We hope your week included something that gave you joy. A joy, when it is shared, is multiplied. We place a stone in our water chalice for all the joy we have. Know that we celebrate together. Our next hymn is, We Would Be One. Please rise again in spirit. Sharing our stewardship is how we can give of ourselves. We take 3 types of collections every week. The first 2 are for our Riverside community. We collect dry good food items for the food insecure, such as pasta, granola bars, crackers, and powdered milk. We also collect hygiene items for anyone who needs them, such as toothbrushes, travel-size soaps, shampoos, shaving kits, and socks. Our Social Justice Committee distributes these in front of our church every Thursday morning. Please email the church office to make an appointment to bring the food and hygiene items. Great Lakes script cards and Stater Brother cards can also be donated to help purchase food and hygiene items. You can get these through our church office. Once again, the church office email is admin@uuchurchofriverside.org. Our third collection is Sharing Our Treasure. This offering is how we fund all that we provide to our congregation and our neighbors. It is also how we care for our beloved and aging church. We have several ways that we can accept your donation. You may mail your donation to the church office. Please, no cash. Our church office address is Universalist Unitarian Church of Riverside, 3657 Lemon Street, Riverside, California, 92501. You can also make a digital donation. You may visit our website for a PayPal link at uuchurchofriverside.org/community/donate. If you have a smartphone, you may use the QR code displayed now to go to PayPal. We have a wonderful way to financially support our church at no cost to us. Great Lakes script cards for places like Amazon, Smart & Final, Vons, Arco, Chevron, Kohl's, Olive Garden, Starbucks, and Wendy's, and so many other places are available from Diner Row or through our church office. If you buy a script card for, say, $10 at Starbucks, you get to buy $10 of Grande non-fat decaf quad shot no whip 2 extra pumps white chocolate mochas, all to go. And our church receives a percentage of the script price. We also have Stater Brother cards for your grocery shopping that also earns our church a percentage. Go shopping at Stater Brothers and you might even find a package of TP rolls. Please contact Dinah or the church office to purchase script cards and Stater Brothers cards. Once more, Dinah's email is ramblingrose22@yahoo.com, and the church office email is admin@uuchurchofriverside.org. You can also help us when making purchases through the Amazon Smile program. Go to smile.amazon.com, be sure to have the smile dot at the front, and choose Universalist Unitarian Church as your charity. We receive 0.5% of your qualifying purchases. Additionally, by using Amazon gift cards purchased through our Script Cards program, we receive both the Script Card percentage and the Amazon Smile percentage. Please donate as the Spirit moves you by whatever method works best for you. Thank you for your generosity. And to those who give of their time and their talent, thank you for your generous care and attention.
Our prayer today comes from Chris Cervantes, and it's called Rest in the Peace of This Moment. So please join with me now in the spirit of meditation or prayer. Rest now. Rest in the peace of this moment. Be at ease. Look up at the stars and down at the grass. Imagine the stars looking back at you over the centuries and years across oceans of empty space. Imagine the feel of the grass on your bare feet and feel it, dry and crunchy, soft and supple. Rest now. Rest in the peace of this moment. Dream for a little while of young people and young animals, innocent in the way of the young, careless and uncaring, accepting everything in their newness. Dream for a little while of the elders and the wisdom they have to give, the voices that say to you, it is right and proper to rest now. Rest in the peace of this moment. Be still at the turning axis of the world and let go of the long unspooling history of sorrow and joy and birth and death and all the long years in between. Rest now. Rest in the peace of this moment. Amen and blessed be.
When I was in kindergarten, our teacher wanted to teach us about metamorphosis. To do so, she explained the life cycle of the butterfly, how it hatches from an egg as a little tiny fuzzy caterpillar, which in turn eats and eats until it gets nice and plump, and then it spins a silken cocoon where it transforms into a butterfly. About a week later, the butterfly emerges, spreads its wings, and flies away gracefully. What she didn't explain was how gruesome and truly transformational this process was. Now, our story begins with a hungry caterpillar who just hatched from an egg. Soon enough, that little caterpillar, scientifically known as a larva, stuffs itself with leaves, growing little by little. When they've outgrown their current skin, a hormone called ecdysone, a steroid hormone, is released, instructing the larva to molt. After it molts about 5 times, the larva stops feeding, hangs upside down from a twig or a leaf, and then it either spins itself a silky cocoon or it molts into a shiny chrysalis. The juvenile hormone acts to delay metamorphosis throughout the entire and the whole larval stage. It works by blocking the genes in the imaginal discs, tiny dish-shaped little bags of cells that kick into action when the caterpillar wraps itself into its chrysalis, eventually turning into antennae, wings, eyes, or any other butterfly bits. Each cell is programmed to self-destruct through the activation of enzymes called capaces. Capaces tear through the cell's proteins, releasing primal butterfly-making material, butterfly soup, if you will. The juvenile hormone prevents this from happening until just the right time, thus avoiding killing the caterpillar. Instead, nature programmed the hormone to lower its levels at the ideal moment for metamorphosis. With less juvenile hormone around, instead of inducing a regular molt, the ecdysone now drives the caterpillar to pupate or create a cocoon. Once a caterpillar has disintegrated all of its tissues except for those imaginal discs, those discs use the protein-rich soup surrounding them to fuel the rapid cell division required to form the wings, the antennae, the legs, the eyes, the genitals, and all the other features of an adult butterfly or moth. Metamorphosis isn't just some beautiful physical transformation, however. It's a stunning display of evolutionary mechanism at work. Butterflies and caterpillars don't just look different, they behave differently too. One lives in trees, the other one flies. More importantly, one eats leaves and the other solely feeds on nectar. There's plenty of room for both kinds to coexist in the ecosystem since they don't have to interfere and they won't interfere with each other's food stocks. It's brilliant. Scientific evolution at its finest. The butterfly is a sacred symbol in a lot of cultures around the world. In Christianity, the butterfly symbolizes the soul upon death. In Chinese culture, it symbolizes conjugal or sexual bliss. To the Hopi people of the American Southwest, it represents hope, color, and resurrection. For transgender individuals, the butterfly is a powerful symbol of their rebirth as the gender they were meant to be. All of these meanings are beautiful, and they do touch the mystic side of my soul very deeply. For me, though, these remarkable creatures have appeared at especially important moments in my life. Any time I was preparing to experience a change in my life that would upend and reinvent me, the butterfly was there. Sometimes it was only the caterpillar I saw, and it was a reminder that change was inevitable, and embracing it was the only way for me to grow into a more spiritually rounded, or just plain rounded human being. When I was younger, butterflies symbolized my struggle as a queer youth, unable to express himself in a manner that I wanted to without shame or repercussions. Caterpillars were important to me because while the average person saw them as ugly, I saw them as me, something that was still growing and changing. But when it got to spread its wings and change into a beautiful butterfly, it could conquer the world. As I got older, when I discovered that my ex-wife was pregnant with my son, I saw a butterfly kaleidoscope, otherwise known as a swarm. And it was a reminder of the busyness that I would soon experience, the fragility of his new life, and my transformation from just a man to that of a father. I saw butterflies on my second wedding day in the garden of the church as I was setting up, and I saw them during the memorial services of both my daughter and my grandmother. So yes, I can see the rich and deeply meaningful symbolism of the butterfly and its metamorphosis. A form of self-care that I practice, well, I call it cocooning. When I'm feeling incredibly stagnant or anxious or scared, I will roll myself up into my favorite blanket and I'll listen to some soothing music. When my anxiety or stress has passed and I feel like I can breathe again, I unravel myself from my cocoon and I start over. Granted, the transformation is not as gruesome or shocking as that of a butterfly. I'm not digesting myself. I'm not turning and reimagining myself with my imaginal discs. But I have developed it into a healthy coping mechanism. I also use it when my mind is just simply stuck and I need to recharge my creativity. My best costume designs and my most creative sermons come after this practice. A story that I want to share with you is called The Lesson of the Butterfly by Paulo Coelho. A man spent hours watching a butterfly struggle to emerge from its cocoon. It managed to make a small hole, but its body was too large to get through it. After a long struggle, it appeared to be exhausted, and it remained absolutely still. The man decided to help the butterfly, and, with a pair of scissors, he cut open the cocoon, thus releasing the butterfly. However, the butterfly's body was very small and wrinkled, and its wings were all crumpled. The man continued to watch, hoping that at any moment the butterfly would open its wings and fly away. But nothing happened. In fact, that poor butterfly spent the rest of its brief life dragging around its shrunken body and shriveled wings, incapable of flight. When the man, out of the kindness and eagerness to help, and what he failed to understand was that tight cocoon and the efforts that the butterfly had to make in order to squeeze out of that hole were nature's way of training the butterfly and of strengthening its wings. Sometimes a little extra effort is precisely what prepares us for the next obstacle to be faced. Anyone who refuses to make that effort or gets the wrong sort of help is left unprepared to fight the next battle and never manages to fly off to their destiny. So, what can we learn from the butterfly and from this story? First, and I've said it before, the act of metamorphosis is gruesome, it's messy, and it's important. Change is inevitable. The only constant in this great, grandiose universe that we call home is change. Change and changing is hard, and it can be taxing on the soul, the mind, the body, or all of the above. However, the struggle of that change is made sweeter by the results of the transformation. Also, by helping someone too much and enabling them, you're not allowing them to learn and grow, such as in the story where the man attempted to help the butterfly by cutting it out of the cocoon. Secondly, life is fleeting. The average lifespan of a butterfly is 2 days. Some live as little as a day, while the longest live a year, no more than 12 months. I've heard it said, though, that we should live each day as if it were our last. While I can see wisdom in that sentiment, it's a bit nihilistic for me. So the way I like to look at it is that we must make the most of the time that we do have here on this planet. Lastly, and possibly the most important part of this lesson, is that we must appreciate the simple beauty that life has to offer us, especially the gorgeous wings of a butterfly. Our entire country is in a cocoon, swimming in butterfly soup. I'm curious what it will look like when we emerge. Will we still have our desire for justice and democracy? Will the checks and balance that our founding fathers ensconced in the Constitution still be valid? And will they be finally activated? Will we surrender our lives to the altars of capitalism, ending the quarantine early, opening the economy fully, and thus inflating the flattening curve of new infections of COVID-19? Cutting open our cocoon too early, and thus withering and dying because we weren't ready to fly? What will the world as a whole look when it emerges from its own cocoon? Will we have peace? Will we continue to have war? Right now, we are in an unprecedented time. We are a month into this quarantine, and I'm sure that there's an incredible amount of anxiety, stress, depression, and maybe even loneliness because of it with all of you. I encourage you, all of you, to use this as a time of renewal. News reports are certainly conflicting, especially those coming from our national leaders. I urge you only to read what is absolutely necessary, if you must. Fair, balanced, and researched reporting from reputable sources, not Fox News. Imagine that your home is your cocoon. And at this moment, you're just swimming in the butterfly soup, ready to be reborn into something new, something different, something that you were not before this process started. Social distancing does not mean social isolation. Think of it more as physical distancing. We have technology now that allows us to video chat with people all over the world. Simple text messages and emails can mean the world to your fellow congregants. Sending a handwritten letter right now can help thwart the attempts to privatize or close our National Postal Service. And if in this mess, in this soup, that you just feel that you need a little pastoral care, you need to speak to somebody, you want to reach out to someone, my email address is John, John, dot Bloom, BLOOM, dot Ramirez, RAMIREZ, at gmail.com. Please feel free to email me, reach out to me, and I will be happy to talk with you. Maybe we can even arrange a video chat of our own. Whatever the outcome, we're going to emerge from this chrysalis a new country, for better or for worse. As Unitarian Universalists, I would hope that our first act is one of love out of resistance and resilience. We are a strong moral people, and we must maintain that no matter what, we will not change our mission. We will continue to embrace the spirit of the seven principles, and we will strongly stand against any violation of them. I would hope that we would rediscover that we have wings, and that they are grand and beautiful, and that we can fly, hopefully spreading our message of inclusivity to the world. In the meantime, if you need to cocoon yourself and shut out the world in order to renew, do it. Watch Netflix, stream some movies, listen to soothing music like I do. If you need to create in order to remain cognizant and to keep your sanity, please have at it. If you need to sing, dance, act, do it. Do it for yourself, for the health of your soul. I do. You should see the stack of sewing I have on my sewing table right now. I've got more done in this last month than I probably would have in the next 6 had I been working my full-time job. Ralph Waldo Emerson says, "So shall we come to look at the world with new eyes." We will come to look at the world with new eyes because it will be a far different world than what we are used to. And it is up to us to make sure that we make it better, safer, and more welcoming. It will add to the kaleidoscope and the beauty that is this life, this world, and this faith. May it be so.
Our closing hymn is Rise Up, O Flame. We will sing it 3 times. Please rise in spirit. For our benediction, please close your eyes and reach out to each other in your thoughts. Feel the connection between us, the interconnected web joining us as a community, a church family.
Our benediction today comes from Heather Ryan Starr, and it's called To Soulfully Survive the World's Mayhem. May whatever gatherings or activities we engage in this Sunday afternoon help restore us and our connections to one another, our sense of hope, beauty, and fun in this world, our deep knowing that we have to take care of ourselves and each other with love and joy if we are to soulfully survive the world's mayhem. And with that I say, Amen, Shalom, Salam, Namaste, and blessed be.
Please find important information and links, including those given in this video, in the video description below. Thank you.